live and the music. Oh my dudes. Oh my dudes. What is going on, guys? Psychokiller here, and welcome. There's a light on behind me, but that's okay because this camera's gonna go away in a minute because our guest of honor today doesn't do a camera, so we're gonna be in the wild, wild west today. Guys, today, we're interviewing Blackknight Gaming. We've been building up to this. I've been talking about it for a few weeks. I was so excited when she said that she would do this interview. So excited. She is currently around, I would say probably 2,000 subscribers on YouTube right now. She should have so much more than that. She is one of the best up-and-coming Red Dead online streamers. But yeah, let's stop talking about her and let's actually talk to her. And without wasting any more time, we're going to unmute her now. Everybody say hello to Blackknight Gaming. Are you there, BK?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can everybody hear BK? So right now in the chat, we do have Sienna Tonga, Outlaws from the West, Max Ammo, you, Nick Field, I'm seeing more, Laginator, Hawaii's Mercenary, Corbin, Dirty Ducky, O-double-D, and more repeats. So there's your chat, guys. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to ask BK a series of questions here. She's going to answer them. And then we're going to open up chat for you guys, and we'll read the questions as quick as we can, as best as we can, and she's going to answer them to her best ability, unless it's extremely uncomfortable. We don't want to make her uncomfortable. And we're just going to ride through the snow. I'll let you lead the way. So our first question that I had for you, let me pull them back up here. So your diet. You have a special diet. We were talking about it a little bit earlier in your stream. Tell us about the special diet.
So I'm vegan. I've been vegan for probably a little over a decade, I guess. So I don't do any animal products at all. So that includes like dairy, eggs, fish, all that good stuff.
And how long have you been on this diet?
So I think it's probably, I can't remember exactly when I did it. I want to say it was my mid to late 20s. So I know it's been more than 12 years, but I don't know exactly the exact date.
And then the most important question, I know we touched on it a little bit in your stream earlier. What made you make this life-altering decision to move completely away from all animal-based products?
So I watched a video one day of at a factory farm, like a pig factory farm, just an undercover video, and it was just pretty horrendous, and I couldn't participate in that anymore, so I gave up meat. I was vegetarian probably for a full year before I went vegan, so yeah, but that was what it was. It was like an undercover video.
Okay, so yeah, and that goes pretty much what we were talking about earlier about the way they treat animals in these things is it's just not good. Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty hard for sure.
She's echoing.
They can hardly hear me. Yeah.
They can hardly hear you. Okay, let me see if I can adjust audio just a little bit. I'll pull the desktop audio up, and every time I ask you a question, I'll turn my mic off to cut out the echo. All right, say something now, see if they can hear you any better.
Can you guys hear me? You hear me now? Uh-oh, getting attacked by a bear.
All right, Alyssa Ray says that is much better. So yes, that goes back to basically what we were saying earlier when we were talking about in your stream. The treatment of animals is the main reason for it. So for people like me, tell them what your advice was for people like me, the same advice that I gave as well when we were talking earlier. If you're going to eat meat, what did you say?
So I said if you're going to eat meat, I'd prefer if you went out and hunted it and killed yourself, or at least use a small local farm, because, small local farmers do care for their animals for the most part. It's not as bad as like the big industry when we're talking about like factory farming. So yeah, I'd prefer that you raise, have your own chickens, like raise your own meat, go out and hunt, that sort of thing. I think that's a lot better for us as a society. And I would just, that would be my preference if you were going to eat meat.
And I'm the same way. I do buy store-bought meat, but I prefer to hunt it or grab it from a small farmer when I can. All right, now into the game questions. These are the ones I think everybody really came to see. But I had to ask that question because it's knowing somebody is half of knowing why they play and stream the way they do. So how long have you been playing Red Dead games? Both the first game, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Red Dead Online. When did you really start getting into them?
So I can't remember exactly when I started playing the first Red Dead game. It had definitely been out for probably a few years before I started playing it, and I was really just looking for another horse game to play, and that one came up. And so I played that one for years. Like I would just play it over and over, the story over and over and over again. I never played online up until Red Dead 2 released, and then I started playing that November 2018, and then I started online December 2018, and this was actually the first game I've ever played online before.
And have you played any of the GTA Online? Have you ever got into that at all?
I've played like maybe an hour or so, like both the story and online, but it's not my favorite thing for sure.
And it's not for everybody. I know you said you like games with the horses, like I think you had mentioned Ghost of Tsushima and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. I like open land kind of thing.
And that leads into the next question. So prior to Red Dead, what other games did you focus on a lot?
Yeah, I'm not a huge gamer actually before Red Dead. I definitely didn't play too much, but the classics, like the original Legend of Zelda. Actually, one of my favorite games was Shining Force 2 on Sega Genesis. I played that. I put a lot of hours into that game. I like the Lego games, like Lego Lord of the Rings, and then on like PlayStation 2, like horse games. So some equestrian games, some jockey games, like where you could raise your own horses and like that sort of thing. So yeah, not a huge gamer, so more that type of stuff.
And then also, I wanted to know how long have you been creating content? So you haven't been gaming for that long, but how long have you been creating content, both streaming and uploading?
Sure. So I just as a kind of a challenge, I created my first video November of 2020. It was a phasmophobia video, and it was really just I was like, I wonder if I could do this. I wonder if I could edit and put a video together. And it was kind of just to challenge myself to do that. So I was like the first video I ever released, and then my first live stream was December of 2020, and it really was just kind of I didn't really expect anything from it. It was just a way for me to I don't even know. I was just like, hey, let me just give this a try, like see what happens.
So that also answers the next question then as to what inspired you to become a content creator. Was you were just trying it out. So what inspired you to keep going with it?
I think the interactions that I had, it was nothing specific that made me start it other than I really liked Red Dead. The group I was playing with was kind of pulling away from it. They weren't really into it anymore just because of the issues with it, which I totally understood. And they were playing other stuff. So I thought, let me stream a little bit and see if I can find a couple friends that like are really into the game. I think that'd be really cool. And honestly, the response that I got was just massive. I never expected it. A lot of it was my horse video. That Red actually shared, and it just got a lot of traction, and people liked it. And I didn't think that I had any type of personality for streaming. I'm like, why do you people like listening to me? I don't even understand. But I think at the end of the day, it's just we kind of all can talk and chat and just like be ridiculous. And so I think it's just kind of a safe place for us all to be. And I think that's just why I kept going, because I was having so much fun with it. Like I was meeting so many interesting people and just having a blast.
I think the interactions are probably one of the best parts of being a content creator, especially a streamer. But interactions can also be really negative. What is the best interaction that you have ever had as a content creator?
Yeah, you asked that, and I couldn't think of like one best interaction. It's just, man, every time I get on, there's always something, whether it's in game or in chat, where it's just like, I don't know. I would say maybe let's go. Maybe one of my first interactions is just like when I was first starting brand new first stream. I had two people in there, and for the first like 45 minutes, one of them's chatting away and I'm answering their questions, and my mic wasn't working, and so they couldn't hear me, but they stayed, and I thought that was awesome. And I finally started typing, and I was like, "Can you guys hear me?" And they're like, "No, we can't hear you." And so like I figured it all out, and I fixed it, and those were like my first two like viewers, first two people I played with in the game, and one of them was Gypsy, and everybody knows where that went. So and the other one's Choo Choo, who still hangs around, but has his own life, overseas. So don't get to play with him too much. But like I just think that every day is kind of special, in that something fun happens with either in game or with the viewer. So
I have that happen a lot where I'm talking away and they can't hear me. I use face cam a lot, so they'll be able to know that I'm trying to talk, and they let me know. I also have a habit of I'll start out my stream with just a small monitor in the upper right of the screen showing the gameplay, and then I'll get into the game and completely forget to go big screen with it. So with all of the great interactions, every single YouTuber has a least favorite interaction, and I would say one of my least favorites, it doesn't even have to be something bad that's happened to you, but I would say one of my least favorites is, the first time I ever played with Redbeard the Gamer, there was some people trolling him, and then he got, I don't know exactly what happened, but I was new, so automatically he thought it was me. And we went months, and finally after being blocked and all that, I messaged him, let him know, like, look, man, I don't know what was going on that night, but I had nothing to do with it. And you see where that's got. Me and Red are pretty good friends. He is part of our Rockcast panel. So that's, in my opinion, that's the way one of the worst things ever could turn into probably one of the best things ever. What would you say is your worst interaction you've ever had as a content creator? Either it be a troll in a game or a troll in your chat. Let's hear about that.
Sure. Yeah, being misunderstood is a horrible thing, and I hate that. I'm going to tell you two, actually, because they're two kind of different ones. One had to do with in-game, and one had to do with like the community in general. because I think the second one's kind of important to talk about. The first one was pretty early on. There was a guy who was like, "Hey, can I hop in and play?" I was still pretty new. I was accepting friend requests pretty frequently. I was like, "Yeah, no problem." They hopped in, and it soon became obvious that it was going to be a problem, him being in party chat. And I don't think anybody could hear him. I don't think he has his voice set to share, which was probably a good thing. But at some point during the stream, I had to mute him, and he took offense to that, and that led to months and months of in-game stalking. I found out he streamed himself. He would tell all these lies about things that I said or did. He, I think, talked at one point about how we were dating, and then I took out a bounty on him. Dude was seriously had some serious mental problems, and it was just this thing where he had other people hopping on me. He had other people friend me to get on the friends list, and it just kind of led. It was early on. I didn't really know how to deal with it, and it was just very uncomfortable. And so that was like in game. And then the community one that I would say is the worst one is again somebody who on the friends list we played with for quite a while, and then it turned really nasty, and I found out that they had been sexually harassing several members, female members in the community, which led to, again, just a kind of a big thing where I had to learn a lot about how to deal with different situations, how to, and people are always gonna, some people are always gonna tell lies about you. So sometimes you handle a situation best you can, and people still don't understand. And so I think those are my worst interactions, are when I try to do what's best for the community and people don't understand or they believe the lie, I guess. So those are probably my two worst ones.
Yeah, both of those are pretty frustrating. Seems like stalking. I hear that with a lot of female content creators. They run into a lot of creepy dudes. So, yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Most of them are probably them people that need to touch some grass, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the way Rockstar is balancing the support between GTA and Red Dead Online?
I mean, I do think that they give a little more attention to GTA. Am I super happy about it? At the end of the day, no. I love Red Dead. That's the game I like to play, so I wish they give it a little more attention. But I'm at peace with it. I like the game. I'm gonna keep playing it. So I kind of just had to accept that this is the slow pace that they're going to set, and now I'm fine with it. So if we get something, it's just extra for me. It's bonus anytime we get something new for it. But would I like them to give more attention to Red Dead? Of course I do, just because I like it so much.
So basically, pretty much the same boat as most real people that love Red Dead, or even people that love Rockstar games as a whole. GTA is their flagship. They built an industry, and a lot of other companies are trying to mimic that. Red Dead is just a little bit of the side hustle they got going on that's still enjoyable, and whether they add more to it or not, we still love what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
Why do you suppose they favor GTA? Do you think it is because GTA is their moneymaker, the flagship, or do you think there's more to it, like they can do more with GTA than they can with Red Dead being limited on the time frame that it takes place?
I mean, I think it's probably a little bit of both, because I think at the end of the day, GTA is always going to make them more money. There's always going to be more people that play GTA. It's a younger crowd. I think because it is a younger crowd, they're probably a little less patient and more likely to spend real money to get stuff in the game. So I think it's always going to make them more money. So they're obviously, from a business standpoint, going to put more time into it. If I had to guess, like, I don't know anything about the company, but I would have to guess that. But I think it also is the same thing. I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. If you look at where they set Red Dead Online, they're really limited as to what they can do, even with properties. If you go post epilogue in Red Dead 2, you got properties are up everywhere. There's more buildings, more farms, fencing, things for sale. And so unless they do a time jump, I kind of wonder what they're going to do for the game, because they are so limited with what they can add in here. But then also they've got, gang members that are in here that give missions. So I don't know. It's interesting. I think they did limit themselves, honestly, by putting it before the actual game.
And a little side note on that, time jumps are not out of the question, I would say. Grand Theft Auto Online originally took place in 2012, 2013, prior to the storyline, but is now claiming to take place in current times. Around last year and the year before, they were saying it was, 2020, 2021, and now they've even added a story mode character into online. That's shown what he's done with his life after the big heist at the end of the game, without spoiling it. So I would say that a time jump isn't out of the question. So I had a list of questions. I'm going to go a little out of order with them because this is a pretty good segue. Knowing that they did that with Grand Theft Auto Online, what would you like to see them do with Red Dead Online? Knowing that limitless possibilities, but keeping it realistic, because that's clearly what they're doing with Red Dead is realism.
I think a time jump would be nice, just because I do think having it more built up gives more options for them. So I think that would be a really good thing for the game because it would give them more. But I don't want them to go so far as to add things in like cars. I like the horses. I like the Wild West. I want them to keep it kind of real to that time, but not and jumping forward, I think gives them more opportunities with like properties and things. But I don't want them to go so far as to get into like Red Dead 1 territory where now we have, the first cars that are going through Blackwater. So yeah, balance the two for sure.
Awesome. So with a little bit more on the love that GTA gets that Red Dead doesn't seem to get. Through November, GTA got this big, huge heist month where every week a different heist was worth, double, triple bonuses. They brought the Diamond back in the casino heist and the Panther and Cayo Perico. Then immediately following that month, Red Dead Online gets a month of the same thing. We get the same thing every week for a month. Some of the best bonuses, but also economy breaking at the same time. How did you take initially to reading the news that we were getting this month-long event week? And then also as time fanned out, how did your opinion either solidify or change?
So I'm surprised we got anything really in December at all. So it's nice to see that they at least acknowledged, Red Dead exists and they gave us something. I think the bonuses are great and they do keep people in. At this point, the economy is so jacked up. Like, I don't know that it does any more harm than it already has. I'm not really sure how they're going to fix that. I liked the CTAs. I liked the Christmas CTAs. So I honestly was fine with it. We've been having a blast hanging out, running wagons, doing CTAs. So, I mean, I didn't think we were going to get anything. So at the end of the day, like, I'm okay that we at least had something for the month. The fact that GTA got more stuff is not surprising, and I feel like they kind of probably had to choose. I know that they've had a lot of issues with like the GTA Definitive Edition or whatever it is that they dropped, and they had to like fix that and their resources for that. And I know it's kind of two different teams. I guess it works on it. I'm not really sure 100% how it works. But I just wonder if they have so much focus on that right now that they just really didn't have time for anything Red Dead related. I don't know. So I'm glad we got something, but yeah, I know a lot of people were disappointed about it.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question: is why you suppose they gave us a month-long holiday event week instead of a DLC? But it sounds like you've already answered that because of the resources and.
That's what I think. I think they're so inconsistent with their DLCs. And like everybody's like, oh, they always do one here, and I was like, I feel like I don't write them down, so I like don't pay attention. But I'm like, I feel like they're pretty inconsistent already with their DLCs, that I just never expect something until they say it's going to happen. And when they say it's going to happen, then I'm like, okay, now we're getting a DLC. But
yeah, normally by the time they say, hey, you're getting a DLC, you're like, oh shit, that's tomorrow.
yeah, exactly. They give us like a couple days and that's like, bam, it's here.
So we asked the question, what would you like to see in the game? Where do you think Rockstar is going to go next with Red Dead Online? And this is my last question for you, and then we'll open up chat.
Okay. Where do I think they're gonna go? I mean, I feel like they're gonna do expansions of the current roles. I feel like is gonna be the next step for them, just because they already did Bounty Hunter and they've kind of hinted at it, and I feel like there's some things they could do with it. Is that necessarily where I think they should go? Probably not. I don't know that that'll be enough for some people, but I feel like that would be it next. I feel like at some point they're gonna bring the horses into it and horse breaking and selling horses and wagons. Will that be next? I don't know. I mean, eventually ranches, but I feel like that's going to be pretty far out. So next, probably expansions of current rules. I don't know that we'll get a current rule. I think they kind of set up with the whole blood money stuff. They set it up for a low honor role, so that could be something they're going to do next too. I thought that it was going to lead into it, honestly. I really thought the blood money the opportunities, all of that was going to lead into either partnering up with Martelli or creating like an opposing kind of empire against him, or whatever you want to call it. So I don't know. They're Rockstar going to do what Rockstar going to do. That's what I always say.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot more once they port it over to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. I agree with you.
I agree. Once it's, I think that's when they'll start. I just think they're a little limited with the current, next gen. Until they get it on next gen, I think they're limited as to what more they can add. I mean, think about it. Every time they add something, it breaks the game. It's because it can't handle it.
So we're gonna go to chat now, guys. We know you guys have been here. We appreciate it. I'm sorry we've been ignoring you, but now you guys have the floor. Holy crap! Everybody's orbiting everybody. So let's start taking some questions. You guys got her echo again? Yeah, it's because I unmuted my mic. So we're gonna pull over here to the side of the road so I can actually watch chat. So let's grab some questions.
Your horse is dying, by the way.
So Smitefield says, why does Blackknight hate white chocolate?
Y'all, I don't particularly like the taste of white chocolate, okay? It's not really chocolate. What can I say beyond that? It's not my favorite. I'm not a big candy person other than like chocolate. I don't know. You trolls.
Outlaws from the West wants to know, what's your favorite horse and specifically which coat on the Breton?
Favorite horse breed is the Norfolk Roadster. Sorry, Outlaws, I know you got a soft spot for the Bretons. Favorite individual horse that I own is my Black Arabian. That's a real beautiful horse.
All right, let's see. I read that one. Max Ammo wants to know if you'd like to build a snowman.
You're such a troll. Did you hear me earlier when I said Gypsy's gonna pop in and ask me if I want to build a snowman?
So during the whole thing, it looks like everybody's been going nuts. Now we put them on the spot, and I don't see much. So I'm gonna scroll to the top. Looking forward to this. Everybody's saying hey. I'm looking to see if there's any questions in here. They're talking about Among Us. Oh, hey, UG. What's going on, man? They're talking about the echo from earlier. And I'm looking. Yeah, I'm not seeing any questions. Let's look back here.
Oh.
Why does Blackknight not like sweets?
I mean, I like sweets. I'm not a huge candy sweet person if it's not chocolate. I don't like a lot of like, let's take pies, for example. I don't like apple pie. I don't really like a lot of pie other than chocolate pie. Like, I'm just not like, every once in a while I crave some Skittles, okay? But then I eat 5 of them and I'm like, I'm dying from a sugar coma. Like, I don't know. I like chocolate and I'm not big on sweet snacks if it doesn't have chocolate in it. I don't know.
All right. Double D, Old Dirty Ducky says, if you had full reign of the next DLC, what would you add?
Oh, good question. I would definitely do a lot more with the horses. Ranch, corral, where you could have your horses there. You can take the saddle off, you can ride them bareback, more customization with them in terms of being able to add maybe war paint, more customization that you could pick your horse stats, and then you have like a color wheel, pattern wheel, where you can just really individualize it. I think you'll see a lot more variety if that were to happen. So I would just, dude, if I could do anything, it would just be that. It would just be your own ranch. You can raise cows, your dogs with you. You can plant crops if you want to, and just kind of create your own little thing. But a huge part of it would be the horses for me. I mean, that's why I play this game, is the horses, honestly.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think she plays this game for the horses.
I do.
Corbin wants to know if there's any future plans for your broadcasts, new features, videos, or interviews.
So right now, just what I've been doing. I really need to get better internet before I can start to think about anything else. As you guys know that watch me, I already struggle quite a bit just to do a live stream. Even doing videos, I've never done any type of editing before, so it still takes me a long time. And then even uploading and all that with just my internet speeds takes a really long time. So I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I don't know. I don't really consider myself a content creator still. I don't know how much I'll be able to get into that side of it, just because I'm having to learn everything as I do it. And so I don't know. And Red Dead's my favorite game, and really the only game that I play a few other things, but I'm not a huge gamer, so I just don't know how in depth I'll get with it. And I don't feel like I'm a super creative person when it comes to new ideas. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Once I have better internet, we'll see kind of where it leads. But for right now, it's probably still just going to be the occasional video like that I upload and live streams.
Jack wants to know if Red Dead servers went down, would you ever join all of us on GTA?
I do have GTA downloaded. At some point, I'll hop in and play with you guys and give it a try. But I don't like cities. I don't like cars. I don't particularly like, my empire where I sell drugs and then I can go hire a prostitute. I don't know. That's just me. I'm not into that stuff. Sorry.
So Blackknight's not big on drugs and prostitutes.
Yeah.
Don't go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Wandering Red says, hello, Black Knight. I've been playing solo now, trying with players. Kind of crazy. Guess I play. Nice to all. How long before might find a good fit?
Hey, Wandering Red. I think just people ask me this question about how you find people to play with. I think you hop in, you play with some people, and you see if you mesh and it fits. And there are people, honestly, that hop in that play with us that it's not a good fit, and I tell them that, and they get mad and they get offended, and I'm just like, our play styles are so different. You have to find somebody that you really mesh with. All of my friends, I have a couple really good friends that I play with now, and it just happens very organically. You hop and you play and it clicks. And so I don't, I don't know. It's hard to say how long it might take. It's easier for me because I meet more people. So more people hop in because they want to play. And so I get a chance to play with them, but it's also a little bit trickier too, because people want to play that it's not a good fit. And, it's hard to tell them that without them getting really mad or offended about it. So I don't really have an answer to that. It's for me, when I first started playing with somebody online for the first time, I watched the channel for like a full year and just chatted before I even hopped in with anybody. And then a lot of people who hop in with me, they form friendships with other people that have hopped in with me, and they go off and they play on their own, and they formed a friendship. So it's not just me playing with somebody, but like they connect with other people. So it's in the community, I think it's easier if you're in a community to kind of just connect with people who are, play similar to you. I guess if that answers the question.
I think that's pretty much how I came across you in the first place. I mean, Ducky showed up in my stream, and he brought Jack with me, or with him, and I went over there, and then lo and behold, y'all were also connected with Red, and I think that's also what motivated me to, end the silence and message Red and be like, look, man, I had nothing to do with that, and we got together, we're cool. So, I mean, yeah, it's little parts of communities getting together and bring other parts together. And a little side note, that's why I wanted Red to be on that Rockcast with us. That's another reason why I wanted to do this interview with you, is because we're taking two large communities, one that is primarily GTA with a little bit of Red Dead mixed in, and one that's primarily Red Dead with a little bit of GTA mixed in, and we are bringing them together. And that's just the amazing thing about YouTube and Rockstar Games, Outlaws from the West says, ask her to talk about her call to arms strategy, ammo, food, tonic setup, ability card loadout. I know it's hugely helpful to me and feel like it could benefit others.
Ooh, okay. That's a good question. So I usually try to take, it depends on whether or not I'm going in solo with other people. If I have to think about how much ammo. So if I'm going in solo or just one other person, I try to think about the guns that are going to give me the most ammo that I can shoot quickly. So I typically go with 2 revolvers because I can start, I think it's 400 regular rounds, a repeater, and a shotgun. And if I'm going in with a 4-man group, I can be a little bit more relaxed with my guns, so I can take pistols in, or I can take something that I don't normally use in. But I think that's for me is 2 revolvers, repeater, usually the Lancaster, and a shotgun, because that's going to give me everything I need to handle all the different enemies that are coming in. The only thing I won't have with that setup is a long range weapon if I need to snipe somebody. So sometimes I'll drop the Lancaster for a bolt or a bow when I'm in there. I typically run painted black because I like no bloom and I like to be able to paint people. I like to have strange medicine because I'm going to get a lot of health back when I'm dealing damage. I like to run fool me once, for extra defense, and eye for an eye so that I'm constantly regenning Deadeye with headshots. My strategy, which works for me, is to run and gun. So I like to move around a lot, stay mobile. I don't like to duck down behind something because I think the second you, for me personally, when I'm sitting, I'm more likely to have somebody either snipe me or come around because I'm not paying attention. Like my brain, the more I'm moving, the more it helps me just engage and kind of stay active. Because if I get bored or if I'm standing still, I tend to like just wander. My mind wanders a little bit, and so then that's when I'm taken off guard. And then I just make sure to have some minty big game meat, time big game meat. So I have a gold core and gold health core, gold Deadeye core, and I just equip potent health tonics on the left hand side, miracle tonics in the middle, and potent miracle tonics on the right hand side. And so that's kind of what I do, I guess. And then I try to, depending on you get to know the map a little bit, you get to know where you can kind of run to if you get into a little bit of trouble. But typically, if you have a lot of enemies running in on you, if you can just run on the outskirts of the map and kind of get to the other side, that can help you kind of get out of a situation, and then leave war wagons to last if you're in a little bit of trouble.
I hope you guys took notes on that one. If not, you're going to have to go back and rewatch the video because that was a lot, but it was a lot of useful information. Those that know, that was some very in-depth, like, you had to have got your butt kicked quite a bit in the Call to Arms before you started figuring it out, I would assume.
Oh my gosh, yes. We definitely did early on, for sure.
And there's this guy in here. His name's Gypsy Gorilla, wanting everybody to be real mean. I hit him. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, definitely. Hi.
So when you guys play together, was it like Black Gorilla, Gypsy Knight?
Actually, my secondary character is Gypsy Knight.
See what you did there. Yeah. Any more questions? Any more questions in the chat? D's Gaming, hello. Guys, if we didn't call you out specifically and say hello. If I skipped your question, Laginator, it's because it's a silly-ass question and you're just being silly. We got any more questions for Blackknight before we move on to our little whatever she wants to do? So while they're thinking of a question, do you have any plugs you want to put in here? I know I've got your Discord and your channel link in the description of this video. And you said you didn't have any other Twitter, Instagram like that for subscribers to follow?
No, I don't currently have any of that set up. So it's really just the Discord and the channel. I'll probably work on that at some point, doing a Twitter and an Instagram. Like I have a personal one. I just don't share it because I don't I don't really do anything with that. So, yeah.
Outlaws from the West wants to know, without getting too personal, if you're able to talk about yourself a little bit more. Something else you're passionate about.
Talk about myself a little bit more. Oh my gosh, that's the worst question. Gypsy asked me a similar question when I met him. He's like, "Tell me about yourself," and I'm like, "I don't know. What do you want to know?"
You see where that went.
And that didn't go well. He had to go first, and then because I didn't know what to say. Something I'm passionate about. I don't know. Dude, right now it's mostly gaming and the channel and you guys. That's what I'm super passionate about. I think I'm also passionate, when it comes to, the food stuff we talked about earlier. I want to say I'm passionate about it, but I'm not actively doing anything about it right now necessarily, other than having conversations with people. But I do think one thing that I wish that I could get a little bit more into is having conversations with people to start to maybe enact some change, what we can do to come together to enact change in the country in general when it comes to our food system, people who don't have enough food, waste, health in this country. I think that's, especially with everything that's going on right now, I think you see that health plays a major role in some of that. And So I am passionate about that, in that I also am not doing a whole lot about it right now because my schedule is like, I'm so busy right now with between work and this and all their stuff. But I think if I was to say something else that like maybe I would eventually get into would be that sort of stuff. And animals. I love animals and my dogs, and all that. So my family. I don't know. You'll have to ask a specific question. Otherwise I'm like, I don't know what to say.
I have a question real quick before I ask Corbin's question. What kind of dogs do you have?
So I actually only sort of technically have one dog right now, a dachshund. I've had dachshunds my whole life growing up. So my first dog ever actually was given to me when I was a year old was a red smooth dachshund, and we've always had dachshunds. I lost my dachshund earlier this year in May, so it was super tough. And my other dachshund is kind of my mom's dachshund now, so she won't be living with me when I'm moving. So that's kind of a tough thing. So I don't currently, but then she also has two German short hair pointers. So, and they're a handful, but also very sweet. So, but dachshunds are my dogs that I've had mostly.
Well, I guess if you're not taking the dog with you on the move, somebody's gonna have to get you a dog as a housewarming gift. Gypsy?
Except that, yeah, I'll have to go over and see his pup. He's got a real sweet pup. I imagine in an apartment, I might be actually getting my mother's cat to take with me because the two puppies are not doing well with the cat. And I was like, oh, I'm not a big adult cat person. I was like, does Poe even really like me? But he's fine. He's a pretty laid back cat.
Yeah, I hate cats, but I also love cats. Like, it's weird.
I love kittens. I love the foster kittens, actually. That's something, I haven't been able to do it recently. When I have my townhouse, I foster kittens all the time. And it's awesome. I freaking love fostering kittens. And I'd much rather foster kittens and adopt them out than actually have an adult cat.
Thomas Pilsner says, give her a gator. All right, so Corbin's question is there any clothing items you'd like to see in Reddit Online? I'm assuming he means ones that aren't there, unless he's going to dress up for you. But I'm pretty sure he means ones that aren't there.
Sure. Honestly, one thing I'd really like to see them do is allow both male and female characters have access to all of the clothes. And the reason is there are male clothing items that I don't have access to that I really wish that I could have access to, and I don't really care if the men wear the female items. Beyond that, if you look at some of the female NPCs, if you in like Saint Denis or whatever, they've got some really nice like coat skirt options that I just don't think we have. They don't do a really good job with that, so I think that would be really nice. And then the trapper clothing, so from the story, I think would be really nice. They just have some really good, the trapper has some really amazing pieces that you can get in the story that we don't currently have access to. And I almost wonder if that's something they're going to bring in with like a trader expansion potentially, because they've got some really the cloaks, just some of the chaps, the jackets just are all really cool. So I wish they would bring more of that in for sure.
Damn It Woman wants to know, what is something you wish someone had told you that would have been very helpful when you started streaming?
Oh, dude, everything. I had no idea how to do any of it when I first started. I wish somebody had talked to me a little bit more about just being a little bit more careful about accepting new players in, accepting friend requests, and just a little bit more on the safety aspect of it. I wasn't quite prepared for I'm very lucky. I've been very lucky in my life. I've worked a great job for 16, 17 years where I'm around really great men. And I've always kind of been around between my brothers and like just my jobs and my current job. I haven't really had a lot of those negative male interactions that a lot of females have. And so it was really shocking to me when I first started streaming, some of the messages I would get, and I don't even get the worst of it because this game is nothing like if you play Call of Duty as a female or like any type of shooter game as a female.
Not just that, and you also don't use your face cam too. A lot of times,
I don't, which is fit,
attractive, whether they're attractive or not. If they're not beached whales, women get so much disgusting attention.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So I kind of wish somebody had prepared me like been like, hey, this could be an issue. Like, be very careful about who you accept as a friend. Like, maybe I don't even know. I don't even know what the solution would have been. But I wasn't prepared for. I've literally had some pretty intense in-game stalking experiences by more than one person. And then one where you could tell they were fishing for and did get a hold of some personal information. So I wish that I knew a little bit more how to field that, I guess, when I first started, maybe. Other than that, everything. I'm such a noob. I don't know anything about streaming, so like just more guidance. Anything would have been good.
Yeah, and one of them stalkers are still following you all over the place, isn't he? Or are you following him now?
Oh,
yeah. So Sarah,
yeah, go ahead.
So Sarah O was just saying, yeah, GTA is bad as a female.
I believe it.
So,
I believe it.
do we have any other questions? Any at all? We got. I mean, if we have to, we've got 15 more minutes we can kill before we even hit the hour mark. I think somebody needs to go over to Cap's stream and say, what the hell, dude? Because Cap just went live. I guess he was bored.
What's he streaming?
Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Okay, so like I said earlier, I got a lot of the basis of how I'm going to do my interviews from my friend Mullet. He always liked to end the stream with some sort of event, whether it was a sale or a PvP or a competition of some sort. He even went and had a bar fight with Rufus the Red and got the hell beat out of him. Is there anything you would like to do in the game before we end the stream?
Oof. Can I ask chat? Chat, what do you want to... let me ask you guys. What should we do? We could do like we could do a posse infighting or a showdown or... I don't know. I was thinking about it the whole time, and I was like, I don't know. Can you guys choose? Can they choose?
What do you guys want to do? Give me 4 options, Brandy, and I'll put them in a poll, and we'll give them a couple minutes to vote on it.
Okay. Let's say posse infighting, a showdown. Probably have a moonshine sale. So we just do like a simple moonshine sale, or how about like a legendary bounty or something like that?
All right. And poll. The poll should be up. We'll give you guys, we'll just hang out. Fists, really, max ammo. Fists only,
No.
call to arms.
No.
We'll go through a couple more of these questions as they pop up while we're giving them a couple minutes. Smyfield wants to know if you've ever played any horror games. You played Dead by Daylight, right?
I do play a little Dead by Daylight. Actually, if anybody has Dead by Daylight, I wouldn't mind playing that a little bit more. I don't like going in solo anymore. I played a little bit of Killer, but the problem with Dead by Daylight is I'm not competitive enough. I'm not good enough, and it bothers me when people bully you in the game. It really does bother me. I'm like, can you just be a normal human being and like interact normally? It's a game. We're here to have fun.
I know Alyssa Ray plays a lot of Dead by Daylight.
What was that about Dead?
Alyssa Ray plays a lot of Dead by Daylight and Red Dead. That's my wife in there. Where'd she go? Oh, up there.
Nice.
Alyssa Ray.
Nice. Yeah, I'd like to play a little bit more. Dead by Daylight is it's a hit or miss game for me. I enjoy playing with people, with friends. That's what I enjoy about it. I don't necessarily love the game itself. It can be fun. If everybody's having fun, I have fun. Even the killer. If the killer is like trying to kill you, but they're not being a troll about it, like, and we're just having fun, I don't mind dying in the game if I felt like I had a chance or was contributing. But Phasmophobia is my current other game that I play quite a bit that is super fun and is a horror game. But that's pretty much it. I'm not a big horror fan, so games, movies, not a huge horror person. I get scared too easily.
There's Alyssa Ray right there, my wife. She says, I love Dead by Daylight. I only play games to have fun.
Yeah.
So
that's me. That's what I like. Not that I don't get a little competitive sometimes and a little upset if things aren't going well, but...
We'll go ahead and end the poll. It looks like Posse Infighting is good. We got Posse Infighting and Legendary Bounty are both at 36%.
Neck and neck.
Yeah. So we'll take one more vote. If anybody hasn't voted yet, please vote. As soon as one of those numbers are not 36, I'll end the poll. There we go. Legendary Bounty just won at 40%.
That's probably best. I don't want to get crushed in posse and fighting.
I don't know. You might beat me. I haven't played in a while, and I'm on drugs.
Nice.
I'm just fast traveling to Tumbleweed, and I'll launch whichever one you want to do. Which is your favorite? And I'll tell you what level I'm at on that one.
Okay. My favorite is probably Owl Hoot.
I know that one's maxed out, level 5.
Okay.
Because that was my favorite for a long time. Yeah, we can do Owl Hoot family. We'll both call our prison wagons in and have fun with it. I'm gonna get to the bounty board. I'm going over to the bounty board like I'm in Armadillo, not Tumbleweed. I'm going to the side of the building, not the other side of the other building. Here we go. All right. Owl Hoot family it is. I just passed them, didn't I? Right there. Yep, 5-star. There you go. Thomas Pilsner says, what drugs? I'm on painkillers because I just had my wisdom teeth pulled. The last and only time I did a call to arms with Blackknight, she was drunk and trying to kill me. That was Nick Field.
Valentine, Nick Field. I think that was Valentine. He kept it together for us.
I did a call to arms with Nick Field one time. He kept dying towards the end. I had to keep bringing him back. I actually think that was the other way around, but I liked it my version better. Oh, all right, guys, we're gonna do this legendary bounty, and then we're gonna end this stream. I love this bounty. This is probably one of my favorites. My favorite is probably what's his name in LeGras?
Oh, Philip Carley.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one because the where he poof and then comes running at you part.
Yeah,
and this is a close second. Really close second.
I forgot I can't hear in-game sounds, so this is going to be interesting.
Oh, and I don't think we can skip that either, can we? You won't get to hear him cursing at you.
But you'll have to do some looking.
Do you want to split up?
What do you think? I was just going to ask that.
Let's see. I know they kind of move around a little bit. Well, Benedict Point is just a dude under a bridge.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them are in groups. So it's up to you. I mean, we could split up or we could stick together. Either way.
Let's split up. I'll go
All right, which two do you want?
Solomon's Folly.
Do what?
I'll go towards Solomon's Folly. B, I think that's B.
B? Okay.
Right,
I'll head towards...
Meet in the middle.
Yep, I'll head towards the other one over there at D. Is it D, right?
Yeah, Fort Mercer.
Yeah, I'll head over to Fort Mercer. And then we'll meet... After you get B, grab A, and then we'll meet at C, because that should be the hardest one.
Okay, sounds good.
Listen, Psycho, if you don't want to be on the smite list, we don't talk about that call to arms. It was a bad day for me. maybe he was the one that kept dying. I thought it was me.
Maybe Smitefield, you don't bring up our call to arm in Valentine, right? Okay.
She must have not been
Must have had a
streaming
little
for that
alcohol.
one, because I would have been clipping the shit out of that.
I can't
There she
remember
goes
if I was doing
again.
that.
Trying to kill Nick Field.
I did get hit by a couple machete guys, if I'm not mistaken.
Jumped off. Oh, shit. I hope I have a reviver. There we go. Why the fuck is it snowing in the desert? This makes no sense. Come on, Rockstar, get it together.
I am kind of disappointed we didn't get the snow from last year, though.
Like where it adds to it as the time passes.
Yeah, and then we get the blizzard and Blackwater was covered. Oops.
That would require them to do more than flip a couple switches. Put some attention into it. And I don't think they were ready to do that this year. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating the way they kind of, you know, leave Red Dead hanging in the dust sometimes. But at the same time, I mean, it was never going to be a big ticket game for them. It never was. It wasn't meant to be. Nickfield says, no, trust me, she did stream it. She got macheted on the last 3 rounds.
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. That's what made me hate Valentine and the machete guys.
This might have been before I came around then. Or when I first started coming around.
Maybe. It was a while ago, if I'm not mistaken.
And I think I've only been coming in for about 6 months. Oh, come on. I should have looked at my map more. I was over here being self-sufficient. Oh no, I'm going the right way.
Alright, rather than call my wagon, I'm just gonna drop this guy off real fast. That'll be easier.
Did you grab the Benedict Pass one too?
Not yet. I'm gonna grab...
I'm coming up on Fort Mercer now.
bypassing- Okay.
It took
Yeah,
me
I'll
that
go
long
grab
to get
that one
there.
next. Also, I've gotten a lot better since then, Nickfield. The machete guys don't get me as often. Okay.
Hey, you don't belong here. It's here for you, you bastard. I know why you're here. For me.
Go up the ladder. Oh shit.
Hey, get back.
Yo, what's going on, Bubba J? Still get flashbacks to Fort Mercer where I broke my controller over a call to arms. That was Nickfield. Oh shit! Speaking of machete, guys. Retry checkpoint.
They do be
Hopefully it'll
crazy.
let us have
They do
turned
be
in the
crazy.
one you already turned in. You turned one in, right?
I turned one in.
Hopefully that's where we pick them.
I feel like we'll stop to get all 4 of them again. I think that's how it works.
Oh well. I'll just have to watch for that
happens.
machete guy. Okay, I guess I'll have to go in through the main gates instead of climbing a ladder.
Alright, let's stick together.
Yeah, let's go to Fort Mercer first. We'll just go this way. We'll go this way and grab these 2, and then we'll go that way and grab those 2. Those 2 are the easy ones.
My horse is broken. There we go.
Mine was doing that too. So yeah, we'll go right up there to Charlie.
Keeping your eyes out, or I'll take them eyes out of your head.
I thought I had painted black on.
We'll burn you with the laser.
Got something for.
Got her. What the hell? I had her tied up and then she like stood up and punched me in the face.
Get out of the field. At least you did the job on all these imbeciles. You hadn't killed them, I would have done them myself. All they had to do was.
Thomas, don't remind me of that. I have PTSD from that cannon. Those things scare the crap out of me every time.
Why did chat turn so violent all of a sudden? Oh, because they're all orbing each other? Yeah, Logan came straight in and orbed me. What the hell? I'll never forget the cannonball that flew inches by BK's head, which he did Fort Mercer solo.
I was a bounty hunter.
I always preferred to do Call to Arms solo. I don't know why. Unless I had a group of my own friends that were coming in with me, because I hate getting paired up with randos.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't
I
like
think we
getting
meant to go to
randoms
Fort
in.
Mercer, didn't we?
We're gonna go for Mercer, yeah.
Too cheap or too scared.
Wait, I can
or
stick
too
him on my horse.
incompetent to bring us
Oh,
in.
shit.
So they put our lives.
I think 3 is like the ideal number for CTA. I think 4 you tend to step on each other's toes.
I was about to
Two's
say,
not
yeah, if you
bad,
get too
but
many
two
people
can
in
be kinda
there.
tough.
I
Yeah.
swear, I'll die of boredom in a cell before they can.
Isn't that what that
build
is straight
that.
ahead of us? Oh no, that smoke is the. I got it. See, and I keep forgetting to stay fed up with this fucking cold. Because I don't have a good winter coat. I always forget to grab one. I need to get that shotgun coat this week before I forget.
I think the fun thing about this snow is just being able to wear more winter outfits. I enjoy that because I don't like Coulter that much, so I don't get to wear my winter stuff.
Yeah, I don't go up there. Like, hardly ever.
Say a prayer.
Gonna crash the gate going 98.
Spirit's gonna eat your soul. Curse has got y'all now.
Watch out for the machete, guys.
The hell!
I don't actually know where the bounty is, but I did stay on horseback so as not to get machete. Oh, there they are.
Come on, little folks. Come on, I don't bite. Take the grog off and do some.
I don't know if it was the actual bounty that had the machete or not.
Hey, get back to killing.
Oh, he went down. Oh,
Did
no,
he
no,
really?
he's
As
still
we're both
on.
coming up.
That's yours. No, no. No, here he is. I was looking at yours.
You got him?
Yeah. Sure, I'm gonna get him down off of here. Don't die when we jump down.
Come on, don't. I'm gonna air my pump. If anyone
Alright,
feels
I'll meet you at the wagon with these ones, and then we'll go grab the other two real quick.
Okay.
Trying to read chat a little bit while I play, but it's so distracting. Yeah, Logan orbed the whole chat. BK isn't big on fandoms either, or fandoms and call to arms either. Get back to your corner. What?
Randoms.
Oh, randoms.
Oh.
Is that a?
We went.
Oh, that's an F.
We were trying
No,
to
that's
do it.
fandoms. So what
We were
happened?
trying to do like a challenge. We went as a 3-person. We were trying to do like free aim and melee, and we got partnered with a random. And of course they're an auto aim, so they just run basically all over the map, and they're just getting all of the kills. And I may have lost my shit a little bit, and
face down in a
it was not a good time. I got a little cranky. I kept telling them to get back to the corner. Somebody got offended because they thought I was being mean to this player in the game, and I was like, they can't even hear me. Like I'm not. I was like, I'm just frustrated with the game right now. So yeah. it
Jack
wasn't
says
good.
Outlaws was there for the Knives Out Call to Arms too. Is that the same one you're talking about?
That was a different one. We did melee only, knives only, except for bucket heads we could use shotguns on. And I think it was me, Outlaws, Jack, and Juo, right, that did it. Actually went surprisingly well. So we like to do little challenges for the CTAs. Do something new each time.
Where is he from?
That's my
Juo.
Outlaws?
Is it?
Or
Juo.
Juo, Portugal.
Looks
Portugal.
Portugal.
It's
And
not.
yes, Juo is not how you say his name.
I was about to say,
That's
doesn't
how
that
I
mean
do
it's?
it.
Doesn't that mean it's Yoao?
look at that, a roll.
It's like Juon. I can't do it. It'll be like no, close. But
Joao.
it's the A with the like tilde up top. We don't have that sound.
Yeah, they don't even have that in
America, so it's
Spanish.
hard
That's
for me
in
to say.
Portuguese.
Yeah. So I have a hell of a little trouble with it. I struggle.
Now
with
everybody's orbing Take Two and Red Dead Redemption 2. All right, we'll grab A and B. I think we have to pass B to get A. Should be able to go in a straight line to one of them. Actually, A is closer, isn't it? Yeah, yo. Yeah, yo. This is the train station, right?
it.
Yup.
Yes.
Yep. I'll shoot from the hill if you want to go in.
Sure. Let me look at the. Yeah, I'll go right down over
I'll
here.
try not to kill the bounty. It pays out the same either way in a legendary, doesn't it?
I don't know. Well, this one you can kill them. You can turn them in dead. It doesn't matter. Some of them you can't.
I'm up here shooting them in the back, and they're still trying to get you.
I'm pretty sure the bounty's dead, but that's okay.
I think so. I got all the ones I could see.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's one right there. Got him. Like, there's still 2 guys down here, but I don't think they're bad guys. There's a guy right there.
Oh.
No, there's not a guy right there. Got him. All right. I'll go grab Benedict Pass, and we be good to go. Oh shit. Whew, that horse landed on her feet. That's all right, girl. Everybody's pretty much quit chatting with each other and they've just started orbing everything. Oh, they took Benedict Pass from us. Now it's the dude in the cellar, the chick in the cellar. No, it's a dude. Oh, that's not him. That is chick in the cellar. Oh, wrong hat. Now just put her hat on.
I won't be tied up. I'll cut this rope. Huh? The smell.
And if she tries to get out, I'm gonna smack her on the head. I don't know if I've got a reinforced on her or not.
I guess you're wondering how a nice girl like me ended up in
Shut
all
up,
this.
bitch. Oh,
Bars bugged.
I was a good
pistol
girl.
whipped her.
I promise. And I still am. Somewhere deep inside. I wasn't born no owl hoot. I was taken by them. They killed my daddy, Mama too, and Uncle John. Little Philip and me, they made us do such awful things. Then the Lord took my brother Philip. He always was a weak child. But I weren't so lucky. I'm still here. Tell me,
And
is this a horse-drawn carriage going?
And who is this?
And there we are.
and time for a shootout. I'm.
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
broken.
forget about the shootout on hard.
I'm broken. I can't move. Can you move?
Yep. I can
I
move.
can't move. I can't even see my character.
It's all on me.
Yep. I can't see enemies. I can't see my.
I don't see your character either.
Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm like.
Like, you're
in
grayed
first
out.
person
Like, I
flying.
see your blue, but you're grayed out on my map.
Yeah, you're great after me. Yeah, I'm just stuck here. Tried cycling through first person, but it didn't help. I'm like flying.
I got them all.
Oh, now I'm back on my horse. So weird.
And there we go. Killer Rambo, what's going on?
Success.
And Black Knight said she got better.
Got better or what? We completed that bounty.
We did. All right, guys. Thank you guys for coming and checking out this interview. Black Knight, thank you for coming in here with me. This was my first interview.
Thanks for asking.
Black
I'm
Knight
nervous.
popped my interview cherry. I think I popped her interview cherry as well. So,
Yep.
hopefully we get some more of these interviews coming in. I'd like to do something like this, like once a month with somebody. I've got quite a few of them on the list that I want to do, but Blackknight was somebody I haven't really got to sit down and talk a lot to. So this was pretty exciting. It was pretty fun. So
Yeah, thanks for having me.
the link to your channel and your Discord are in the description below. Guys, go check out Black Gaming if you're not already part of her channel. Go subscribe to her, give her, your notifications, likes, all the normal stuff that the YouTubers say. And if you're new here, if you came here for Black Knight, check my channel out too. Smash the like, subscribe. We bring in communities together around here. So again, thank you for coming in and being part of this. It was fun. And yeah, everybody else, thank you for coming in. And as always, I will see you on the flip side. Hopefully anyways.
Bye, guys.